As iOS 27 keeps making its way into developers' hands or users that want to test it out via the developer program, it's time to take a deeper dive into some of the new features. This one is going to be all about the new, updated, and really rethought of image playground. So not only do we have a new logo here as opposed to what we always had in iOS 26, but when we launch it, you are quickly going to notice that there are some substantial changes here when you go to launch it. So as you can see, this is obviously in beta 1, and there is definitely a delay when you go about doing some of these items. Now, if you want to go ahead and start an image, let's try one for something non-copyrighted, since Apple has a tendency to not want to generate specific things, including Tesla and other objects like that. So let's say a mouse riding a surfboard on a sunny day. And now once you go ahead and send this off, you can see the new animation as well as a new progress bar right at the bottom, giving you an idea of how long it'll take to generate. I've seen random time frames for this to complete. Some are super quick, some are not. And as you can see, we got somewhat of a photorealistic mouse riding on a surfboard on a sunny day. Now, one thing I didn't do is show you all the different styles. We had a couple of options before, including ChatGPT, but now as you can see, we are down to just their styles here, including the new Genmoji option. If you want ChatGPT, let's go ahead and close this out, go back, create a new one, and down here at the very beginning is where you will see your ChatGPT styles. Not a big change, but it doesn't list out all of the style options right from Jump Street. If you want to go ahead and create a new Genmoji now, let's go ahead and say smiley face emoji, giving a wink, holding up a peace sign. Again, you see your progress bar, and it will load up in a few seconds. So there we go. That is kind of how you add Genmoji now, instead of doing it how it was prior. And you have your add emoji button right here, as well as saying if it looks good, something's not right, adding a caption, asking Siri about it, copying and duplicating it. So it is pretty neat. It does work pretty well. But one thing I found is if you actually specify something being a more realistic style, it gives you a better image. A lighthouse on a dark and stormy night in a realistic style. And if we go ahead and send that out, again, you can kind of see a little bit of the glitches here and there, but it does read the prompt and generate it pretty quickly. Some of the prompts do go quicker or some take longer, depending on how the style is, but you can see right here how much cleaner this image actually looks and just how much more realistic it is than some of what Apple could offer in the past. I actually like these. I think it's coming out really clean and simple. And that is going to be that. If we want to get something super complex, let's give it a try because I have not pushed this just yet. A marathon runner completing the last mile of a race, looking exhausted with 5 people behind him. So let's see how it will generate when you give it a longer prompt and how accurate it will be. I'll be shocked if it comes out pretty good. Again, as you saw in the other examples, I haven't done anything this complex, but there you go. It actually worked very, very well. The runner looks exhausted. And I said 5 people behind him, but we have what, 4, 7, 8 people here? No big deal, but it does look very realistic. So huge props to Apple updating this and getting it back in line with the competition. But aside from that, it is very slim and simple what you have here. The only other options are to take a photo and upload or choose a photo, and then how you want it to be designed. So if you want to create a wallpaper, you have that option. If you want to create a portrait picture, landscape, or square, you have that as well. Let's go ahead and do a wallpaper really quick just to show you a realistic picture of a starfish on the sand with a wave crashing behind it on a sunny day. Let's go ahead and push this one, and then I'm going to show you kind of where more of the limitations come from. And when I say limitations, it's more specific for regular tasks, especially if you use AI generation for thumbnails and things like that. But there you go. That looks pretty good at first glance, but you can see some issues with the line and the waves not really being truly lined up to where it needs to be. You can zoom in and kind of look past it, but it is definitely not perfect to say the least. And then now, like I was saying, if you go in here and let's do a landscape image, make a 1920 by 1080 thumbnail for a YouTube video about iOS 27 just being released. So, as you can see, already errored out, and it said an error occurred creating this image, and if you try again, you will get the same input. The text even overlaps, so again, just reaffirming this is all in beta. Tame your expectations. We have a lot of work to do on this beta. So yeah, that's going to be it for Image Playground in iOS 27 Beta 1. Let me know what you guys think, gimmicky or worth it now, in the comments below, and we will catch you in the next one. Peace.